So I've had a lot of people tagging me to this tweet that's getting a lot of traction today. Thank you everyone who tagged me. As you can see, this has currently got 23 million views and 74,000 likes, with the caption, "A live streamer in Japan assaults an elderly Japanese man who asked him to stop filming on the train." The streamer here, who seems to go by the name Kelton G, has also issued his own response. We'll get to that after we take a look at the context. One more important thing to take note of as well before we watch the 30-second long clip is this top response on the tweet here. It says, "No, the old man didn't actually ask him to stop filming. The seat the streamer was using is a priority seat for the elderly. He has no right to sit there when the elderly come. This violent man should be arrested and punished." Well, at the very least, it looks like Twitch has currently suspended his channel, although I'm not sure if that's related to this incident or if something else happened in the past that caused his channel to be temporarily unavailable. Anyways, with that context, here's the clip.
Sí, ¿qué ha pasado? Nada, no pasa nada, no pasa nada. Tampoco ha pasado nada, coño. Me ha hecho así, sí, sí, sí. But it's okay. Che, oye, che. Date quieto ya, Dios. Abrir un poco, tío. Hey, stop, bro. Don't touch me, bro. Stop, che. Dios. Oye. Ya está, Dios.
As the comment that we read mentioned, it does seem like Kelton G, the streamer, is sitting in priority seats. We can see the label on the headrest right here, priority seat. Let's also break down the images on the priority seating section a bit more because, yeah, we can see it looks like it's for people who are either with like a baby or a pregnant mother or an elderly person or someone with some sort of injury. For example, in the picture here, they've got a dude with a cast on his leg and crutches. And yeah, it doesn't seem like the streamer here would fit under any of those categories. And similarly in that same row, but across the aisle, priority seats. And there's also signs on the window mentioning that these are priority seats as well, as you can see. And when the old man returns to where he's sitting, he does not have the priority seat label anywhere. So I think it is reasonable to conclude that, yeah, the old man wanted the priority seat. This streamer seems to not understand that, or maybe he did and he's not complying. Whatever the case may be, ends up with him pushing the old man multiple times, especially this one here at the end, which was completely unnecessary. Like, the guy was already leaving at that point. Now you're just bullying an old dude. It's a terrible look. Very pathetic. However, the streamer, Kelton Lives, or Kelton G, whatever he goes by, did provide more context with a slightly longer clip and also issuing this statement. Let's read the statement, then I'll show you the slightly longer clip because there is important context to what happened right before the one that we just watched. So he says, "Real context of what happened. I admit that my behavior was not the most correct with this person and I apologize, but I promise that it was with the purpose of defending myself against the constant intimidation that was against me." Oh yeah, because an old man asking this guy to move out of the priority seat is just so intimidating. And the push at the end there too, you know, when he's already walking away, that's totally self-defense right there. In Japan, people are really respectful and very good, and they're always very hospitable and calm. But unfortunately, I had to live this experience traveling on a train in Fukuoka, and we shouldn't generalize because Japan is a Sugoic country. Both the other person and I acted badly. The gentleman for being rude to me and trying to hit me 3 times in a row, and I for pushing him. I hope the context is clear, and that I acted only in a defensive position, and never to hurt anyone. And now we've got the longer clip. Let's see what happened here.
Aposta lejos aquí y dice, is it? Ah, no. What is this? No volumen. ¿Qué ha pasado? It's okay or no? What is this? ¿Qué ha pasado? Que no se puede hacer ruido, ¿no? No lo sé. No me voy a calentar. Ya sabéis que yo no me caliento en estas cosas. Sí. But it's okay.
And from that point on, you've seen the rest. Now look, maybe the old man could have gotten some authoritative figure on the train to handle this instead of putting hands on the streamer himself directly. Like, maybe not the best way to handle it. But the streamer is the one who caused the situation to begin with by sitting in the priority seats and refusing to give them up for the elderly man. Even if Kelton didn't understand what was happening, this is completely on him, as he's the one visiting the older gentleman's country and being disrespectful. Kelton even asks in English, "This is okay or no?" when it's clearly not okay. And again, he's using English instead of Japanese, so the old guy might not even know what Kelton's saying here. And nevertheless, as mentioned, it's very clear that to the old man, no, this is not okay, but the streamer continues to sit there and go on being a nuisance. It's very important to note that what Kelton is showing here is what he claims to be the full context, but we don't know if that's true. Perhaps the older man did try to explain to Kelton about the priority seating in a more respectful manner before getting physical. We really don't know for sure. And the final thing I'll mention is how many tourists have been causing issues in Japan, and it's been getting worse and worse over the years. So I'm really not surprised the locals are getting more and more fed up by this sort of behavior. I know I'm sick of seeing these nuisance streamers, and I don't even live there. So imagine what it's like for them. I also managed to track down this clip of Kelton and someone that he's with setting off a firework.
No, no, dentro no. No, gilipollas, dentro no. No, ahí dentro no.
¿Pero esto qué es? ¿Esto qué hace?
¿Qué eso dispara? ¿Qué dispara, tío? ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué haces? Para, deportado, tío.
One of the comments on this clip saying, as a Spaniard, I can only feel ashamed. If you had the misfortune of crossing paths with me during one of your live streams, I would have taught you some manners. And then there's this clip with a comment that says this video shows that Kelton7, the videographer, entered a building in Japan without the permission of the resident, committing the crime of trespassing. The resident then called the police, and Kelton7, the videographer, fled. After we take a look at this clip, I want to hop back over to Instagram as there are people arguing in the responses there, some people siding with the old man from the train clip and some siding with the streamer Kelton. And then we'll hop over to Reddit where people continue to argue, many Redditors actually defending Kelton, the streamer. As mentioned though, we'll start with Instagram and the duality in the responses, with one user saying, "Hi everyone, please allow me to explain. People are not allowed to do Instagram Live or TikTok Live on the train in Japan. This gentleman told them not to do it. We appreciate if you can follow our rules. It's really sad to see the streamer pushed him away like this." Response saying, "Cool, he still was touching him." Again, this also contradicts the other comment that we read earlier though that was saying this wasn't actually about the recording, but specifically about the priority seating. Maybe it was about one or the other, or maybe both, who knows for sure, unless you were there, I guess, and have the full context. People would continue to argue in the responses, with some siding with the old man and some people siding with the streamer. And then there's this comment that provides some more alleged context. It reads, "Yes, I watched the whole video, and your other videos as well. Not only to this Japanese man, but you also acted disrespectfully toward other people. You slept lying down on the train seats for a long time, you trespassed on private property, you disrespected the police, you threw fireworks into a store, and you even climbed the statue of Luffy. Don't you ever come back to Japan again. Ciao." But another user there would get upset, saying, "Oh, cry a river, you entitled fool." Bro really called the dude entitled because he doesn't want fireworks being thrown into his store. I mean, come on, that's just crazy. We can see another comment saying, "You're sitting in a priority seat and talking on the phone on the train is prohibited. And on top of that, you're retaliating with violence against the person who warned you. Never come to Japan. It's a nuisance. Don't ever come." Similarly, there's this one that says, "Those seats are priority seats for the disabled, elderly people, and pregnant women. So you shouldn't sit there. Also, it's polite to be quiet on the train." And the last comment that I want to take a look at here with you guys on Instagram is this one from the perspective of a foreigner in Japan. And they say, "I'm a foreigner who lives in Japan. And quite honestly, I'm so tired of other foreigners making noise on the train. The train is not your private space. It's shared by everyone. Please look around, be mindful, and respect the quiet culture of Japan. If you can't accept the norms and traditions here, maybe Japan isn't the right place for you." And interestingly enough, over on the subreddit livestream fail, people would post both the initial clip and then the clip with full context, and many Redditors would actually defend the streamer, saying things like, "Seeing the full clip, the old man is insane. Smacks the dude and tries to take his stuff. Culture and norms doesn't excuse assault. Old man is lucky he only got pushed." Many other Redditors would go on to insult the old man, even calling him drunk and defending the streamer. For example, the comment there at the bottom saying, "Old dude invaded his space and made out like he was going to steal his hat or something. How is anybody faulting the streamer here? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills." However, this comment disagrees with the Redditors that are defending the streamer, posting some of the clips that I showed you earlier and saying, "I searched for this guy's name on Twitter and got this. I don't see how this person isn't a classic example of the nuisance streamer BS. The people defending this person after seeing the full clip are morons or bots." Edit. Yeah, take a look at this guy's own YouTube channel. I didn't even have to search very hard. Literally another Johnny Somali. But then another Redditor says, "This looks like another clip with zero context. Try harder. He might be a nuisance streamer, but y'all are really bad at proving it." To which the same person says, "What context would justify a foreign streamer setting off fireworks while screaming loudly at a train station? And seems like a nuisance human to me." Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed my coverage, and if you did, please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Helps out greatly. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the comments here and in the next one.